Hi everyone. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are here in the Philippines or abroad. So my name is Nick, and I'm going to tackle the question for our discussion forum issue number 3 about the role of new media and digital platforms in the development communication work, specifically in the Philippine landscape. So actually, my short answer for that question is of course yes, but let us do a deep dive into the some or into some of the key points to support this argument of mine. So let's first tackle the Philippine digital landscape. So for us to know if new media is or if new media and digital platforms have really been a vital tool for development communication, we must first look at the Philippine digital landscape. What does it look like here in the Philippines? Are these digital infrastructure relevant to us? Do we use Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok? The answer is yes, definitely. The Philippines is indeed a global leader in social media use. And as Richard Linga notes in his study titled The Evolution and Impact of Social Media in the Philippines, that our country maintains one of the highest social media usage rates globally. Meaning, for Filipinos, social media is not a joke. Social media is a very big deal. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok are not just for leisure, but they are deeply woven into the fabric of daily life of the Filipino people because they also use it for staying informed, for social trends, and crucially for conducting business as well. So, given the massive audience in new media here in the Philippines, it is essential for DevCom practitioners like us to channel our DevCom initiatives and messages through it because after all we do our work for these people or for the people, and if the people are in social media, then obviously we would need to be there too as DevCom practitioners to reach them there and to ideally influence them, to persuade them, to educate them, to inform them in the pursuit of development, specifically in the platform where they are at in this context in the new media. So now, given that we already have an idea that indeed our country is a global leader in social media use or new media, then the question now is how do DevCom practitioners use it as a tool to channel the purpose of development communication? First, we may want to identify who are the major DevCom actors in our society, right? Of course, we would think of the government, the non-governmental organizations, as well as the private companies and enterprises, because these actors are essential actors in the pursuit of development, really. So first, let's tackle the government. The government agencies have an undeniable reliance on new media when channeling development communication initiatives. In the study argued by Clarissa David titled Social Media Use by Frontline Government Agencies, Review and Recommendations, a student from the UP Center of the Integrative and Development Studies, she was able to emphasize how media has become a game changer to the government agencies because it allowed them to reach citizens easily and importantly, makes them appear more efficient, responsive, and transparent. Think of the very practical benefit of it. The government can answer our questions online, reducing the cost of the traditional service desk or information desk or the face-to-face information desk, and the constant online accessibility increased public participation. Next actor would be the NGOs or the non-governmental organizations. In the study conducted by Iana Gallegos, she identified that the digital media presence is very vital or is a very vital tool and component for non-governmental organizations or NGOs. It is the fastest way for them or for these NGOs to disseminate information and enhance the visibility of their organization, channeling their advocacy and efforts as well in mobilizing communities on a bigger and a wider scale. Meaning, the new media served as a tool as well for NGOs to be able to spread their missions and visions tied with the ideals of development communication through communication strategies done in the digital landscape. Lastly, are the private companies and the enterprises. Beyond just the government and the NGOs, these private companies and enterprises are also one of the crucial actors in the pursuit of development. New media has also been helping these companies and enterprises to revolutionize their efforts to in social change aside from profit gains on how they can help fund development efforts through social enterprises. In the study conducted by Habaradas and MIA titled VidNet's Social Media Practices of Selected Social Enterprises in the Philippines from the De La Salle University Center of Business and Research and the Development, they have found out that the platforms like Facebook offer these businesses a very cheap and a powerful way to talk directly to their customers compared to older expensive methods, meaning that these businesses are able to communicate with their customers using the digital platforms like Facebook about their products and services to gain profit, but also at the same time to express their CSR or their corporate social responsibility initiatives online. Now that I was able to express my point towards the question, will new media platforms have a role in development communication work? Then now we can confidently answer yes, there is. No, but new media has been revolutionizing the development communication practice. No, and here in the Philippines, it's very popular. New media is very popular. with the way how we use Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. But that's not where everything would end. We are in a position now to look at the bottleneck amidst all these transformations. What about the digital divide? In the article written by Galia Agos titled Dimensions of NGOs, Communication Strategies to Community Stakeholders in the Philippines, she was able to emphasize that many remote areas still lack reliable internet access here in the Philippines. If our goal in development communication is inclusive outreach to ensure that all community members are effectively reached, then relying only on digital platforms will fail those in the last mile. So what do we do now? No? So what do we do now? What are we gonna do with the digital divide that's actually happening right now? What we need to do is actually to adapt into a more balanced multi-channel approach. So we must integrate our sophisticated online strategies with traditional culturally sensitive methods to ensure that no one is actually going to be left behind. Okay, so if we really see the value, or if we really see the value of new media in emulating our development communication efforts to come into success, then I think we should start to rattle the government to take into consideration creating policies and initiatives about digital literacy. As I mentioned in the previous reply that I had in this course, I don't think that the internet widens the gaps and promotes digital divide, since in fact, it reached even more, or it actually reached even worldwide. I believe that the real challenge in here is not the internet itself, because we need to change our minds that internet tools widens the gap or the digital divide, because it is not widening the gap, because it's offering a more convenient way in a more, or in an information society. The real problem here is that, or the real problem here is finding the best ways to bring the internet to the rural areas, to the marginalized sectors, to the poor. The gap lies beyond the fact that not everyone has access to the internet, but to the fact that we do not have enough policies related to digital literacy and initiatives to bring these benefits, or the benefits of the internet, to the marginalized rural communities.